Okay, so how do I go about editing an annotation view once I've placed it in the drawing? Well, if I go and have a quick look at the Model tab, everything is still the same. Nothing has changed there. If I go to the Model tab here in the mechanical browser, everything is the same. Nothing's changed. There's the plan view there, so if I click there, there's the side view, and there's the sectional view. So that all works. However, back to the A3 Landscape tab, I can actually edit these annotation views that I've created. Now, if I just select the text there and right click, I can edit the annotation view label symbol, and I can edit the annotation view label standard if I want to. So if I click on label symbol there, for example, as you can see, there's all the information there. The component name, the structural view name, and the scale. So I can change that information if I want to. I can change the settings if I want to. Now, I'm not going to change any of that. I'm just going to cancel that at the moment, and I'm going to cancel it again there. But the information is there if you need to edit it. However, if I go over plate AV1 here and right click, I've got property override. So if I go there and tick override properties, visibility. Let's say I don't want my center lines showing and I OK that. It switches the center lines off for me. If I right click again and go back to property overrides and switch the center lines back on again, they come back on again. So there's all these little ways of tweaking and editing your annotation views. You can also do that individually. So if I click on plate plan and then right click and go to property overrides and tick the box there, I can show hidden lines, center lines. If I untick center lines and OK that, it only does it on the plan view in that particular case. If I right click again there and go to property overrides, I can switch the center lines back on again. Let's change the color maybe. So if I go there, there's a color, click on a color. Let's go for, let's say that green there, and click on OK and OK it again. As you can see, the color then overrides. So I'll just undo that because I don't want that green. I want it back to where it was before. And what I'll do there as well, go to property overrides, put those center lines back on as well. Now I can also edit the text very easily there as well. So if I go to here, like so, and right click, you'll see there I can edit scale, I can create balloons, I can create parts lists. We'll cover that later. But what we can do, we can insert new views, plan, side or section. And also I can edit the objects in that particular, so I can add, remove or copy in that particular annotation view. I'm just going to hit escape there to come out of that. So that command is now cancelled. But what I can also do, if I click here, right click, I can actually just edit the label. So that goes back to that view label that we saw on the right hand shortcut menu. I might not want the component name, this plate name. So let's just remove that for that particular view. So I'll just take that out like so, and I'll click on OK, and just remove all of that like so, and OK it. So as you can see now, it just says view, because I've taken away everything else. So if I just undo that and take that back a step, let's do an undo there, you'll see that that cannot be undone. So be careful there. Okay, if I take it one more step back though, it is there, but it's taken it back to without the center lines. So be careful. There's quite a few steps there as soon as you change that label. You might click undo a few times and think, oh, it hasn't changed. I'll leave it, delete it, go back to it. Don't do that. Undo as far as you can to make sure that you can see what's going on. Undo is a very useful command, but it can be used erroneously, like I've just proved. Make sure you undo all the way back, because there's 4 or 5 steps there when you actually change your label, when you edit your label in your annotation view. So as you can see there, annotation views, easy to edit as long as you're careful.